Can you hear us now? Let us know if you can hear us. Oh dear, okay, so not sure why that was happening, but hey, look, I'm going to put a link up here, and that is a very important link.
Can they hear us? Yes.
I've asked if people can hear us. Let us know if you can hear us.
We'll talk anyway.
We'll talk anyway, and hopefully you'll be able to pick up what we're saying. But basically, just to cover very quickly what's been going on, I have been really bombarded with energy over the last 24 hours. I think probably since I brought Ashtar through.
Yes.
And
that was probably the beginning of this chapter.
And it's just been ongoing, really ongoing. I'm just going to make sure that all the
if you can't hear us, let us know. If you can hear us, maybe give us a thumbs up so we know that you're not looking at a mime show.
Yeah, I've got everything.
I can now. They can hear now. Fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
It's great, isn't it? We will get to the stage we'll be utilising telepathic transference only, but we've got a little bit of practice ourselves to do on that first.
Absolutely. So as I was saying with this energy that's been sort of buzzing around me today, it's completely made my mind a little bit of a mush, to the point where I had my first migraine in about a year. Completely took me out, and I've been like swinging around all day with energy just floating in and out. Had a wonderful grid line reconnection work done by Heather today, with our Pleiadian activation. She just put me on the table and she just rewired all my grids with the activation that we work with, and which is why I've actually put a link up just now on our comments there for our Pleiadian activation healing that we're sort of going to be bringing through a big workshop. But I'll let Heather cover that, because my mouth is running away with me with words coming back to front, so that tells me I'm going to probably be channeling soon. So
look, all the information is there, and it's on our events as well, and you can see that. But if anyone's got any questions about the weekend, it's for people that want to learn to facilitate the Pleiadian activation, continuation, energy healing that we've been working with for the last 8 or 9 years. If anybody wants to learn how to facilitate that, have a look at the information. There's a lot of information there, but I've kept it pretty light. It's for people who want to facilitate for family members and for clients. Okay, it's very powerful, and it was given to us by our mentor, our Pleiadian mentor, who will be actually teaching the class via Louise, of course, and I'll be assisting. So have a look at the information. We're really excited to be presenting it yet again.
Yeah,
any questions, please let us know. We've got an early bird offer up until the 22nd of August. But I think more importantly, I'd like also people to start thinking about things that have come up in their arena, questions you might have, things you might want to know about, because we're going to be doing a live webinar, a bigger live webinar at some stage soon, and we're gathering information for that. And we'll cover various things that we've already covered, but more in depth. So it will be a paid webinar, but I'm sure it won't break the bank, and there'll be lots of information and energetic downloads for you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you know what I do want to talk a little bit about today before I go into the channel is things that have been happening that I've been noticing a lot of people are commenting about, talking about, and that's the vibrational changes that are happening today at this particular moment. There's a lot of us that are fully into the energy they're connected in, and just wanting to find out if anybody else has been, I don't know, vibrated out of their comfort zone. So any comments on that?
No, everybody is totally sane and all ready to rock and roll.
Oh, you mean I'm the only one that's just, how can I put this? Crazy.
Well, it's an interesting time, that's for sure. But
hi, Bill. Glad that you're here.
I think that there's Tash. I think that lunar eclipse energy that we're moving into is going to be it is pretty spectacular, and it's an opportunity to let go of baggage.
Oh, baggage, big time. Big time. I think that's been my big thing today, because it's more and more the vibration of this particular moment is leading us more into our authentic self. I know that I have spoken on being authentic before, but I think even more now there's this time of integrity, of honor, of self-honor, of looking after your own energy, of being conscious of your own energy space, knowing exactly where you are in the moment, not scattered around trying to be everything to everyone else. What do you think?
I think if you're doing too many things and you're not allowing yourself to be in the space where you need to be, you're actually never going to be in the place that's going to be the most rewarding, happy, and abundant for you in your life. As simple as that. And I've stretched myself totally thin over the past couple of years with my work, and then coming back and being with Lou, and it has not served me to keep doing that. So I made a decision not so long ago, no more. Anyway, extreme bliss.
Extreme, exactly.
Bliss to sadness, extreme bliss. So emotional swings.
That I can understand. That I can truly understand. Greetings, earthlings. Greetings, friends. Greetings, families. Greetings to those that are here. I am of that which is the council of many councils. I am he who sits amongst those of the original ones, the engineers, the first ones, those which you would call those that built the planet. Let me say from this very part, this very moment, this very instant, that this is the time that many of you have been looking to in your dreams and in the past for the culmination of dreams to come about, the culmination of all that you have been searching for. It's not happening. I'm sorry to break it to you, but there is still something yet that needs to be achieved. And we do not intend to play with the heartstrings of the humans. We do not mean in any way to bring you up to great heights only to see that you are dashed in your hopes. No. That is not what we are saying. What we are saying as the planners, as those who have taken part in bringing about the great cosmic dance that has brought your planetary system to such a place where you are now, which is like the cusp of a great wave. And yes, as has been told to you by many other messengers, that there are waves of energy coming towards you, coming towards this particular frequency and time. It is because this is a great clearing. This is the time where you are being given the opportunity to truly stand in the way of the vibration, to feel the vibrational waves coming through your body, coming into your energy field, and literally like the case of the jewelry in the vibrational fluid being vibrated at such a speed to shift all the dirt and all the nitty-gritties that you have as you gather together, as you wear your jewelry. So it is, you are the jewels of the universe. You are the jewels of yourselves. And it is behoven to you that you begin to vibrate the muck and the dirt and all of the hidden secrets from your own integrity, your own lifeline. Because now is the time, dear ones, where your lifeline is going to be looked at. It's going to be read, not only by the other humans that will come into your own experience, but by those that are on the side of the veil, those who have observed you for millennia, to see where you are within the ascension process. Because the ascension process, dear ones, is underway. In fact, in many ways it is dragging. It is not where it is meant to be, but in so many other ways it is so far ahead. So we have a balance and we have an impasse. We know we are on time, we know where everything is going, but there are some things that need to be caught up. They need to be encouraged, shall we say, with I have heard the compassionate boot theory with many humans, where they are chivied along with great haste, with a great sting on their tail, not because they are being disciplined, not because they are being chivied and told that they are wrong, but because they need a little encouragement to get a move on. Because the time of ascension, yes, we are all in the arc of ascension, but this is the time where many things need to come into place. Many of the teachings, of the learnings need to be settled, need to be put shall we say, in the correct order on the bookcase, as being achieved, as being understood. Now, some of you are just waking up and you're going, but wait a minute, what are you saying to us? That we should bypass what we need to learn? Should we not study? Should we not integrate? Should we not release? What are you telling us? And I would say this to you, that if you are an awakened student now, if you have come into the lifeline now of being in the place of being amongst the light workers, of being those who are energized, those who are working with the energy, you have by default in many ways started to absorb all of the past learnings. The trick for you, the gift for you, is that you do not dwell in the murky demise of the past. You must rise up and look at that and say, that no longer serves me, you let it go. That no longer serves me, you let it go. The memories that will assail the brain cells to say, oh, but what happens if, oh, but what happens, what about this, what about that? Then what we would say to you is you look at it and say, does it serve me? No, let it go. Now, those of you who are in the newly awakened arena where your health is, shall we say, not where you want it to be. Dear ones, do you not yet understand, and perhaps you have heard it many times, but you do not have the depth of belief within inside of you, within the very divine center, the core piece of you, that you are your own healer. Now, yes, it might take you some earthly time to get to the fuller understanding that you can heal yourself. And so you will reach out to others who are connected into the power of the universal healing, where they are connected into being open books for you to tap into, to withdraw from, like a bank account, and you are able to deposit into yourself the healing requirements. That is fine. You are not being deleted or being diminished for doing such things, but you must all, even those who are readily aligned with the energy, readily aligned with all that they are doing at this moment, must come into the understanding that they are the masters. You yourselves must realize that you have come to the stage where, yes, you have many lives that you have lived, and you can draw on those lives. You can draw the teachings that you've deposited. How do you access the deposits? Well, if you do not know, it is time to seek the answers. It is time to go to those who have given you the answers, who've given you the clues, and get them to remind you, because you are the masters that you need. You have heard this statement. You're the ones that you've been waiting for. You are the ones that the earth has been waiting for. Be the power that is needed. Well, if you are still waiting for that, why have you not fulfilled your own step and come into that? Now, look, we are saying at the greater, broader picture of what is occurring at this moment within this vibration. The earth plane is in exactly the correct cusp that it needs to be. It is turning into the correct modular of placement that it needs to be. The fractal energy at this moment is vibrating exactly as what it is meant to be. And the reason we are so excited, the reason we are so frustrated, the reason we want to manifest ourselves as physical beings upon this planet at the moment is because the evolution is turning. The evolution is becoming known to all of those who are aware of it. Yes, you have said, oh, but this and this and this is happening, and I can feel this energy, and look at the stars, look at the planets, look at this. Forget that, dear ones. The masters of the plan, ourselves, the engineers, we have laid the blueprints out, and yes, there are certain planets that are going to be in alignment, but this is just one of the many alignments that are in store for you. Yes, this lunar eclipse is a mighty, energetic lunar eclipse, but if you get hung up on what is just happening in this lunar eclipse here, you are going to miss the small, what you would call high frequency tweak of vibrational changes that are also happening at this very moment. So we ask you to take the broader picture, because as the photonics are coming into your realm, they are going to integrate through the grid lines of your planetary system and into the earth itself. So what you are going to do is not just have the awareness that the solar and the photonics are bombarding the outer sphere of your planet, but there are some that are actually going to penetrate through your atmosphere, through the stratosphere, and into your planetary system. They are going to touch humans. They are going to touch non-humans. They're going to touch the very surface of Gaia. Now, when this happens, there is going to be vibrational and energetic changes within the individuals, within the earth that receive this, because a select million or so are going to be touched. Now, yes, in comparison to the billions that are on this planet, a few million is a pin drop. It's a small little iota. And this is the very reason, because we need a very small quotient to start the movement, to get the quotient for what we need the tipping balance to be. Now, understand that the couple of million that will be touched, you will begin to feel the changes. Now, don't be like the humans. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me, like little guppies that surface to the water as you begin to feed them. You will know who you are, because what we say resonates not just in your, oh, yes, that feels good. Did we mimic the human well? We do not mock you, but we understand the desire to be the special one. Believe me, you do not want to be the special ones, because when the photonic rays hit you, your lives and everything about you will change. You will become almost separate from everyone else. You will find yourselves rejected, pushed out, because you will begin to emanate. You will begin to speak. You will begin to live the universal life, the cosmic mind, the consciousness life, where you will find your coffee chats, you will find your community groups, you will find all these little things that distract you and give you reason for being, no longer will fulfill your lives. And they will leave you starving. And so you will begin to speak Halahi, Lahanukaida, Rabasu Lamadede, Halabata Sinamokoda. And you will speak this way. And you will speak, and people will look at you and say, you are crazy. Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing us away? We are your friends. We are your family. Balakubate, mamosukala, nesho, frabaso, neba, you will say to them. And they will shake their heads and they will rip their clothing out of frustration, because they will be almost looking upon you as dead, gone from them. And this we ask of those few million that will be touched by the photonic. Gather together. You will recognize each other, and you will become the spearhead. You will become those that will reach the very hearts of the places that have been impenetrable by many energy forces. Now, who wants to be the special one? Who wants to be the ones that are touched by the photonic? Separate. Living, shall we say, like the hermits of old, until they recognize the sound of those that they know, the vibration that is like them. Of course, you are not automatically going to just speak in light language forever and ever, but it will be the way that you speak. It will be as if when you are communicating with those that are close to you, you will be talking to them in the universal way of communication. You'll be saying, but understand that the fractals, understand that the vibration of this very moment, yes, there's time for humor, yes, there's time for laughter, but we must see how that there is a separation in time, that the tear that was spoken about so many years ago is now present. It's here. How are we going to either heal that tear, or indeed does it want to be healed, or are we going to transition into the tear? And you're going to start talking about traveling through the ley lines. You're going to be talking of time travel. And this will be in many ways beyond those that you commune with. Because it's not just going to be the simple words that I've spoken. It will come from a depth where you'll be sitting with a pen and paper and you'll be scribing out codes, formulas. your attention will be based not on what they are asking you of what you wish to eat and to drink, and what movie you went to, and how did you enjoy such and such an event. But you will be saying, what is the formula missing? And then you will turn around to them and you'll say, if water is as air, and air is like the solidness of carbon, what is light? And they will look at you and they'll go, what? And you'll say, well, that's the formula, but it's missing an equation. I really need to find this equation. And that, my friend, is the life of the Photonics. And they will be known as the Photonics because they will begin to vibrate so differently. They will begin to resonate so differently that they will hear the universe speaking to them in their audible ear. And we're not talking of clairsentient, clairaudio. We're talking as if the universe is talking to you like I am talking to you now. Oh, rejoice. It is a good time because we planned it so perfectly. And yes, I am going to borrow a phrase of one of your aged visual shows. I love it when a plan comes to order. Because when it comes together and the blueprints fit, and even the blueprints that were put aside to cover any incidentals fit together, even though incidentals have not arisen, when everything begins to marry up in the greater picture, then we sit back and we go, we did it. We did it. And what did we do? We created, with the intent of every living being that is on this planet now, a way to come into the alignment of the universal connection, to come into the sweet point that you can go beyond the different points of reference that you are referred to in many channelings, to enter into the source. There is the gateway of home that you are going to hear more and more about. You are going to hear it called by various names. But this gateway is like a stargate, a portal. And even this, even though people may name it the most powerful types of star names that you can think of, it is not the end goal. Source is even not the end goal, because in source is the beginning of so much more for you. You think that this Earth planet is a planet of imprisonment? You think this Earth is a planet of learning, of great great teaching, of great experience? Yes, you're right. You will experience everything that there could possibly be to experience. Because when you cross from this place of energy into the source crossing point, that sweet point, then you will discover why there are so many fractions, or so many particles, or so many divisions that have come to speak to you on various pointers, because we are preparing you for the greater placement, the greater enlightenment that will come into the beingness. Many of you are going to need to be upgraded. Now, you may think we insult you because you have upgraded and upgraded and vibrated and all the rest of it. But we do not. The frequency is going to consistently change to get you to the point of being in perfect pitch with the frequency of that which is the gateway to home, the stargate of home. Because when you transfer yourself through this place, your frequency no longer becomes tonal as you have here, but it becomes frequency of universe, fractal energy. It becomes perfection. The spectrum that you all are hearing my voice in now will no longer exist. The spectrum that animals hear and at high frequencies will no longer exist. It will be 3 to 4 frequencies higher than that. And yet even that is not the perfection. Once you enter into the stargate of home, you will find the frequency change. But to get there, your body, your energy, your consciousness, your connection points need to be upgraded. Be alert to that which is there for you. There are many activations that are available. Some will resonate, some will not. I am not saying choose this one over that one, but just flow with that which is your resonation. Because understand that we come through many avenues. And we will reach you through whatever avenue we can. But be excited that this is the moment that you have all been pointing your messages to. That you've all been declaring this is the time. Because this is your lifetime. In your lifetime, you will see the great changes you are looking for. And some of you have many, many years to live. Some of you, you've chosen not to have that many to live. That is up to you. But however long you choose to remain on this planet, be alert and watch for the changes that are beginning. And use a marker on your calendar or in the area that you use to mark events in your lifetime. And know that there is a huge shift of energy at this moment in time. And yes, you could even project it forward to that which is coming in August, that you all love to celebrate, the Lion's Gate. But that in comparison will be weak to what is happening now, although it will be strong in its own way. But understand, when you look and you begin to cross the T's and dot the I's and create the join the dot parameters, and you begin to see the bigger picture of what is happening on the global and universal and cosmic and omniversal front, you will begin to see that the perfect time of change is now, this moment of now. Some of you may feel as if you want to take a literal jump across a floor or a doorway or a broom handle. You may physically want to do something. You may create an impasse where you cross over suddenly to symbolize the cutting or the ending of one particular state of being and moving into a new state of being. Some of you may be requiring further information. Seek that information from the energies that you trust. Even if you do not know the individuals but you resonate with the energies that come through. Get them to help you. Because now is the time not to dilly-dally or to wander or to sit on the fence. Now is the time to move. Now is the time to celebrate being on earth. So it is. I will leave you with that, and we will say that we will be back perhaps in your timeline or perhaps in your next timeline. But we are the engineers, we are the blueprints, we are the originals, and we thank you for listening.
Okay, how are you doing? Okay, everybody, that's I'm not going to be able to follow that up, but yeah, the jump that the energy from the engineers mentioned is something that we've done. Actually, we've brought some channelings through about jumping, actually taking a physical jump over a line and leaving stuff behind, and we've done that a few times, Lou and I, and some of our group and our friends who are on the same understanding as well of moving on and releasing a lot of things that no longer serve. So thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of our live with Louise, or live with everybody else but Louise by the looks of it. And cool. We're just looking at that.
I'm just going to read through some of the things, just see if I can.
So some people find it extreme. Some people have said that they've, Yolanda has said that she's sold everything. She's let go of her identity. And looking at moving through portals and dimensions. Yep, all of this is possible. I've been having lucid experiences where I've been shown timeline switches yet again. So I don't know how many of you are having very lucid experiences, either in meditation or consciously, or in seemingly dream time, but you're actually awake at the same time, or it's very, very clear. Some of the messages come through very clearly in that regard too. Some people don't say they don't remember their dreams, but everybody dreams and everybody has experiences in their dream time. That's our travel time. So if you don't remember them and you want to, you just choose to remember them.
Absolutely, I can attest to that. I don't have every single day or wake up where I remember my dreams, but when I do dream and I remember it, it's very vivid and very clear, and I can. I sort of sit Heather down for the next 10 minutes and I tell her my dreams. So
that's right. It becomes a small booklet, but it's a very interesting booklet. We both have interesting booklets of experiences at night. That's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Look, we love you and we thank you for being a part of this creation with us. And if you've got any questions, then you can certainly fire them up. And if we don't answer them immediately, we can follow up at some stage.
And going back to what we spoke on about the activation thing, if anybody's got any questions about that after reading the info on our events page, please come back to us and we'll answer as many questions or explain things as we can.
Yep, we'll certainly answer any questions and talk to you about that. We haven't actually put up a video about it, but we've run quite a few trainings over the years, and it's a wonderful.
It's a wonderful activation modality that
it certainly helped us, that's for sure.
Tell me about it. All right, look, as you can see, I'm acting a bit drunk.
Lou's fading. She's been on the grog again with the energy, so we're going to get going and just relax now and have a good night.
Michelle's saying, feels too hard to deal with the intensity. Yes, it's the polarities presenting themselves.
Oh, sorry, guys, we missed that. Gotcha. Feels like the polarities presenting themselves, feels like healing the divine feminine. Judy says thank you.
You know, Michelle, just quickly, like, you know, when a lot of energy comes through and there seems to be a lot of messages that sort of come through on a particular theme or something like that, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little bit, oh my God, this is too much. I'm checking out. And all I can say to that is just breathe. Just if necessary, just put the message aside and just say, I know that may be for me, but at this moment, I just need to breathe on what I'm doing now. I need to feel this. I need to honor who I am. I need to be who I am right now, right in this moment, be present. When you become present in the moment, when you become absolutely connected, and then you bring that message back into your present moment in that present state of being, you can find that it might be a little easier to understand, and it explains it a little bit more to you. And then if again, you just repeat that until it no longer overwhelms you. So if that helps at all.
Here's a suggestion. Some of the things that we suggest for people to do with, you could replay that channeling, replay that message, and be in a really relaxed place. Be on your bed or on your couch or something like that, just breathing. Put it on low volume if you like, because we know that the energies can be very strong in voice at this time. And just breathe in, and don't think about the message, just breathe the energy layers of the message in, and give intent for that which resonates to actually assist you with your own downloads, with your own changes. Okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Because it's loaded with energy,
yeah.
As you know.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
It's been a pleasure. And if there's no other questions, I think we will say good night.
Good night.
All right. I'm just going to wait here just to see if there's any. No. All right. Good night, everybody. We will see you same time next week. All right.